The official release date of Guild Wars 2 was on Tuesday, August 28th. The 3-day head start for eager pre-purchasers resulted in a soft launch that may have well passed for the real thing. Tyrria's borders buckled but didn't break, ultimately providing one of the smoothest MMO launches in recent history. Rather than being bombarded by lag attacks, server downtime, and game-breaking bugs, the game's biggest phantoms weren't actually that big at all, limited mostly to initial issues with population control and inoperative minor features. As expected, there was a rampant rush to stake claim on Tyrria's virtual plots of land. Popular servers like Gate of Madness and Sea of Sorrows seemed to fill up almost immediately, separating a good number of players from their friends and would-be guildmates. As the weekend wore on, however, server activity stabilized considerably, allowing even the busiest realms to take on an extra flood of recruits. For those that may have already set up their homestead elsewhere, ArenaNet has quietly offered free server transfers, temporarily anyway. Sometime after launch, it will revert to being a microtransaction service, so it's best to take advantage of it while the going is good. In spite of the huge online traffic, there actually aren't any queues to deal with. Players can log on immediately and start playing, though usually with a catch. More often than not, especially in the wake of the game's release, you'll get a message stating that you've been placed in overflow. What this means is that you'll be temporarily playing on a lower population server until space opens up back home, at which point you'll receive a prompt asking whether or not you'd like to make the transition. It's an interesting workaround that's gotten mixed reception, though it seems that most players that simply just want to play the game are definitely in support of it over staring at a number at the login screen. It seems like it could be a much different case once the necessity for grouping up comes into play, though with the overlooked feature to manually join the overflow server that your friends are on, we suspect that most people will find a happy medium when it comes to instant gratification and linking up with others on the fields of Ascalon. What other issues are present are indeed troublesome, but have had relatively little bearing on the overall playing experience so far. The auction house has been an ongoing work of progress, along with in-game mail and the managing of guilds. Otherwise, the relatively quiet Guild Wars forums across the internet are as good an indication as any that the game's enjoyed some pretty successful operational uptime for its part. Expect a much more comprehensive overview of Guild Wars 2 and our full review coming soon.